Do you want to watch the videos?
What videos? You have videos? Are they terrible videos?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, videos of who, Carl?
The fat girl.
Can you go? I didn't interrupt yours.
I won't say a word.
It's time to go.
There you go.
Is she fat?
She didn't seem fat when she was on the roof.
Yeah, she didn't look fat on the roof. Did she break her leg?
She seemed to turn fat when she hit the ground. I think all of her fat
fall.
smushed down. Yeah. She jumped willingly.
She jumped and then said she fell?
It looked like she just landed like full split style.
Well, now she looks fat.
Like one leg was splits.
I think she they pulled her groin.
Yeah, one was splits. The other knee went straight.
Aren't you going to introduce me? So rude.
You already introduced yourself. You were
did?
in here earlier.
Oh, I'm Carrie. I'm Nate's sister. I'm the best.
Okay, here's what we call. Oh,
these are terrible things.
This was a good one. Okay, I'll find this video.
What do you think about Hitler? I don't know who that is or what he does. I'm assuming that's some kind of rapper, but I'm assuming he's some kind of big rapper. You can tell us
he makes bomb music.
All type of names, but
I didn't read the comments before.
Is, I'm sure he's amazing.
What is she putting on her necklace?
Because I like his name, to be honest. Hitler.
Hitler. The hand. He makes bomb music. Clever.
Oh, I don't like it when people get hurt. I don't like fighting.
That's all of our videos.
I know, but I don't want people to get hurt.
Okay. Okay. Well, then here's we didn't. This isn't marriage. This isn't anyone getting hurt. This girl's what we call marriage material.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
She's drying her underwear in the airplane. Why are her underwear wet?
That is one.
Do you know what we heard from our neighbor? That if you dry urine right away, it doesn't smell.
I don't think I believe that.
She peed her pants at a party, and she took her underwear in to the bathroom and used a hairdryer and dried them off, so she wouldn't smell like pee.
Okay, so that's girl A. We're going to show you girl B and C, and you tell me.
And we have to tell you which one I think you should be with.
Which one would
you
think
marry?
Sam should be
2019. You can marry women.
Yeah.
Which one?
Which one is your choice?
Oh, Sam, is that your girl?
This is the one I chose, actually.
Look at, he's like, what the hell?
He got her a Happy Meal.
Why is he calling her Miss? Do they not know each other?
Yeah, I don't know. That is weird. Daniel.
Well, we just gotta yell at Danny like that all the time. Daniel.
Nothing.
And here's girl C, the leader of this group.
America.
Okay, can we pause for a second? What's wrong with her face? I mean, is it distorted? Is there something wrong with this video? Because
she seems to have cat eyes.
Like there's something, her eyes.
I'm just noticing this girl right here.
Why, that was a nice place to stop me.
Yeah.
Where do you
CBS Atlanta.
Where do you find that?
CBS Atlanta.
No, Sam didn't send that to you.
No.
Stu, did Stu send that to you?
No.
That's Stu's video?
I just found it on the internet.
How do you, what do you, I would like to know.
Do you want to know?
What are you searching for when you find that shit? on the
Henny and a
YouTube.
plan B, apparently.
On the YouTube.
Can I get a plan B?
Nate was typing in his shopping list.
So which of these three girls do you think is more relationship material?
Oh, I feel like the first one.
First one, panty dryer. I'd go Happy Meal.
I feel like panty dryer was very classy. I mean, first of all, she could afford to be on a plane. So, I mean, that was huge. She was wearing underwear. Yeah. And I feel like maybe lots of those other girls were not.
Okay. Well, she wasn't wearing underwear at the time because she was trying them.
Maybe they were her kids' underwear.
They didn't look like children's size underwear.
Well, they didn't look like sexy underwear. I mean, they were like...
Why wouldn't she just throw them away?
Yeah, you should throw them away.
Yeah. But so here's what I'm going to say about the other two girls is the Happy Meal girl.
Just don't get her a Happy Meal.
She was cool with eating at McDonald's until the disrespect of the Happy Meal.
Until Daniel bought her a Happy Meal.
And he was eating her ass just earlier. Is that what you do to a kid?
And he
Daniel.
He just had his ice cream.
But you know, good on him for not reacting. You know.
Oh, okay. Wow. Oh wow. Okay.
And the third girl.
No, I don't even know. I think that might have been a wannabe like rap video.
No, the third.
Like, I think that they were trying to get into the rap.
Maybe
one of the girls thought she was a rapper. Cat eyes.
The third girl. She's gonna get a plan B. Like she's.
Yeah, you can buy that pill.
She heard her at the end.
But she's saying right now, I'm not having no motherfucking kids. I'm gonna pop this pussy and eat snow crab all summer long.
And I'm gonna take Plan B, the pill.
Yeah, so she's saying that
she's safe for you too. You know?
Yeah, even if something happens,
she won't try and trap you.
She's not gonna have the kids. So I think there's something to be said for all these girls.
Certainly. They all have their aspects.
Which one do you pick, Sam?
I chose Happy Meal.
You chose Happy Meal?
I just wouldn't get her a Happy Meal. I'll get her a McChicken or something. Probably still off the value menu, but you know.
Well, you could save
just
yourself.
Not a Happy
You could save
Meal.
yourself a lot of money if you don't have to buy her a Happy Meal, though, because they're kind of expensive. Well, if you could just get her stuff off the dollar menu.
Yeah. Well, the other two girls, I'd just be ashamed to go with. She only freaked out because she got a Happy Meal. The other girl was drying her panties on a plane. That's fucking just.
But she didn't make a scene.
Imagine having to pee if you're with that person though. Like, I don't know her. And then Henny and a plan B. If you were went to CVS with them, it's like, hey, we got to stop by here real quick. Like, oh no problem.
I'm just trying to pick up some deodorant.
Then they start screaming and doing that and be like,
there's a lot of. I feel like they're a hot mess.
Yeah.
Don't pick. Who would you have
I don't want any of them, but if I had
Who would you have picked?
Happy Meal.
No, he would have picked a crazy panty girl.
No, I think
there's no biting girls on there, so.
I think I'd probably take the Happy Meal.
You would?
No, or the Henny and a Plan B.
You would not take Henny and a Plan B.
She's a take charge kind of young lady in the modern world. You know, she's the leader of this crew out here.
Leader of that crew.
She is absolutely the leader of that crew. She tells them to show their tongue rings.
They did all do that.
They did. Okay, what are these other videos? What's the hot pants? Did these pants catch on fire?
Okay, sure.
See, this is just funny right now. He's pretending the fireworks are his penis.
And he's like, I think that's funny.
Yeah.
That's what you get for doing stupid shit like that.
It's funny all the way through. That's a perfect video for me.
I mean, that is pretty funny.
See, you might appreciate this having kids.
Is she wearing like a... Is that Frankenstein?
I think it's the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, it's the Incredible Hulk.
Like, totally...
Just watching.
Well, that's why Nate said my kids couldn't come to his wedding.
Yeah.
He's like, your kids can't
No
come.
Hulk mass. They've moved beyond the point of Hulk mass now.
No, they really don't like people anymore. They're fine. Yeah. They don't think anybody's cool.
Sounds pretty normal.
This is just a really cool video. I want a Greyhound.
I don't. I think they look weird.
They're like giant chihuahuas.
Did he miss the pool?
It's like 32
feet. That dog just jumped for a first down.
32 feet?
30. It looks like almost 30 is where his back legs
That's
were.
amazing.
Yeah, I think.
All right,
Greyhounds
so
look weird.
let's talk. Why are you doing this ridiculousness?
Because if someone's going to make money talking on the internet, why not me?
Well, how do you make money?
I guess enough people watch you and then you make money.
If your kids watch us enough times.
How do you
Yeah.
get people to watch you?
What?
How do you get people to watch you?
Then we share the videos after he edits them.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because I'm like, how do I get people? I mean, I obviously have not subscribed. I don't know how to do that.
What are you doing to help share these videos?
Well, I don't know. I don't even know how to use the YouTube.
Should it be on SoundCloud? Would that make it better for you?
Oh, SoundCloud. Never heard of that. I don't know what that is. No, YouTube is good, but I feel like there's a lot of videos on YouTube. My kid said when I had to type
there's
in...
4 million hours uploaded per day. I feel like there's too many videos
There
on YouTube.
is. I had to find this video from yesterday, I had to type in the entire back in the basement and then
that's it?
look through and find...
Well, if you're subscribed, it'd be a lot easier.
I don't know how to subscribe.
You just type in, you click on subscriptions, and then it's
I didn't feel like that was on mine.
I'm only subscribed to one.
Why don't you?
one
Your
channel.
kids are subscribed.
They are?
Yes.
Oh,
Kaylee and Cassidy.
Nice kids.
well, they're kind of fancy like that.
They know how to subscribe to the YouTubes.
I don't know how to use the YouTubes. I just look at them and then they go away. Why do I got to subscribe? Except that I can't find your videos because I haven't subscribed. Is there like a thumbs up or something you do?
You can do that too, probably.
I don't know how to use the
know.
YouTube. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you can. I guess you can thumbs up the video.
So,
I mean, they're funny. I feel like everybody should watch them. However,
However,
they're so long.
we're working on making them shorter, but you know,
They're too long. Because if you have to watch them in 2 sittings, that's too long. So you need like 30 and 30.
well, the idea with
An hour long is too long, 30 and 30.
the idea with podcasts is that you can kind of put it on in the background and do other stuff.
Well, I know, but I would miss so much funny if I wasn't.
You feel like it requires your undivided attention.
I feel like it requires me like watching because you're showing videos and I like to see the interaction.
it's true.
And so I watch the whole
We only
time.
show videos for a little tiny bit.
I know, but I don't want to just listen to you. I
Yeah.
feel like it's fun to
You
watch.
pull up a picture or something if we talk about Lenny Dykstra again.
Maybe because I know you
Lenny
guys.
Dykstra picture pops up over in the right. If you could find a funny one, you could even put it up right there. There's got to be some picture of him.
There's always
slumming-
funny pictures of Lenny
slumming
Dykstra.
around.
Is he the basketball player?
No, he was on the Mets.
Yeah, he was on the Mets.
Oh, so he's baseball.
Yeah.
The wrong
World
sport.
Series in '86, and he's apparently fallen on hard times.
Aw.
So we talked.
He should
about
hit up Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah, Bobby Bonilla's got enough money.
They should like.
That is crazy, though. That I can't believe that they ever thought that would be a good idea.
I think it's a brilliant
It's like,
idea.
we owe this guy $6 million. We can't really afford that. Let's just give him $1.5 million for 25 years.
But I mean, isn't that 25 million?
That's a
wouldn't-
lot more money than they were going to pay him originally.
I don't understand
it-
how that was good business.
You
What
think-
team was this?
The Mets.
Mets, exactly.
The Mets.
But couldn't he explain to them, or couldn't they have done something better for them and been like, how about we give you
Here you go, right-
1.19 million for
right here.
10 years?
5.9 million on Bonilla's contract. Instead, we are going to pay him 1.2 million for 25 years.
With an 8% interest. So how much is he making this year?
Go Bobby.
After 8 years.
Is Bobby married? Because he's never getting. She's never
I
leaving
guarantee
him.
that Bobby is
She is
married
not
with this-
leaving him.
With Bobby Bonilla Day. How do you think they celebrate that in this family?
Oh, I can tell you.
July 1st. We're already on a 4th of July trip. We might as well make it a longer trip because I just
Oh, we're learning
got
about
paid
it.
$1.19 million for doing nothing.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Married in the 80s, so she was...
2009, she just missed out?
I guess so.
Oh, she missed out on Bobby Bonilla Day. Well, that's what you get.
She's I mean, if
That's
they,
what you get for
if
leaving him
they
after
marry-
his playing career, you greedy lady.
If they were married for 30 years and had 2 kids together, she's getting money.
Yeah, well, she left...
Well, and she's probably, I
she
mean,
would have stuck around, you know.
I'm just saying, at some
Especially the
point,
kids would be
maybe you're
gone.
just like, forget it. I don't want your stupid money. You're annoying. I don't
Maybe
wanna be
Bobby
married to
Bonilla's a
you."
terrible guy. That's true. We don't know
He
that.
could be lazy. What's he
Just
doing?
'cause
Is
he-
even
What does he
working?
have to do? He's getting a $1.2 million
So I just
from the
want you
Mets.
sitting around my house every day, all day,
he's
doing
a-
nothing.
Bringing in $1.2 million in the process.
He's a
That's not
career
that much.
280 hit.
per year
pretty
for,
good. That's it, though.
for
That's it.
25
But
years.
do you know what our house payment probably is, or our car payment, or like the stuff for our kids?
won a World
He
Series.
is not making enough money.
1.2
Look at that.
million. Carl, you hear that? 1.2 million. Not enough money.
He led the league in extra base hits in 1990.
But now
How about
where
that?
he's-
and doubles.
What he's
During
like
91.
his house payment, or like his boat payment, or his
Six-time
vacations, or
All-Star.
his credit cards, or paying for
3
his kids to go
Silver
to school.
Slugger?
He
I didn't
doesn't have
real-
enough money.
I didn't realize Bobby Bonilla was so actually good
16
at baseball.
years in
That's good.
pro baseball, had a 279 batting average.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
280.
You know?
472 slugging.
World Series, led the league in extra base hits and doubles. 6-time All-Star, 3 Silver Sluggers.
Yeah. He's,
You deserve your 1.19 million.
He will have been paid
Does it show that-
29.8
Does it show the accumulation of like how
for
much the
a
interest
season in which
affected
he
it
did not
every year?
even play for the Mets. That's amazing, though. Good for Bobby Bonilla. I mean, he should be. That's.
I guess it doesn't go up that much, just 8%.
But look,
8% of 1.9 million.
Well, I mean, that
1.2
just show
million.
so 29.8 over 25 years instead of just getting paid 5.9 million one time.
Okay, I gotta find out what's going on in your tree lives.
Your
I don't want to watch.
tree
What's
life.
going on with you?
Do you want
You're
to
living in Kirkland.
participate in the advice column? Do you want to give advice to
Well,
people
that's
on
all
the
we
internet?
have left.
I was trying to give advice to you.
To me.
Apparently, you two don't want my advice. Why
We
don't
want you to
Well,
give,
how
we
do
want
we-
you to
how do we
give
know your
advice to
advice
the
is
people
good?
on the internet.
Well, because I graduated from college, I have a job, and I'm married still.
I graduated from a college, a community college. I have a job.
That you have had for like a second.
And what else? Married? Is that what you said? How is that a qualifier? Any idiot can get married.
Yes, but could any idiot stay
I've
married?
been married.
But could any idiot
Oh, he
stay
was married. He was
but
married.
you failed.
Well, it wasn't so much as a
Destined
failure.
for failure.
It was destined for failure.
It wasn't so much of a failure as it kind of outlived its usefulness.
Destined for failure.
I'm just saying the marriage outlived its
Was
usefulness.
it meant for failure, though?
I mean, it wasn't meant to last.
I don't feel like we should
you
talk
go.
about this on the YouTube.
Well, you're the one
I
that
feel like this
you
is,
brought it up.
This is off the YouTube.
That's why we give advice.
Nothing's
to other
off the
people.
YouTube. This is
No.
a real and honest
We give advice to
conversation.
the-
no,
everyone
but
else.
we could have. We don't want. Yeah, we don't. Maybe if you pull up some Reddit article that just talks about your
Well,
life on there.
I didn't graduate from any college, and I don't
And-
have a job, and I'm not married.
Okay,
You graduated from
So-
Western in the 90s.
so this
like
is-
that's
this is
basically
where-
a high school.
This is where we transition into giving advice to people.
Shut up! You're such an ass. I went to college and graduated college.
You went to college 20 minutes from the Canadian border so you could drink at 19.
Ooh. Hey, look, he
Still
may
graduated.
he may be an ass,
And
but is he wrong?
Still graduated.
I moved to Germany at 19.
Eh.
With your fake wife. So all I have to say about that.
I got to live in a real house.
Yeah, house was real.
So are you going to do the advice column?
All
Yes,
I
click
can
on
do
it.
that. Go.
All right.
These are pretty easy. Usually the person's not an asshole.
My girlfriend's little brother is 19 and not going to college or doing anything except smoking weed and playing video games.
So it's my brothers. My brothers.
Danny doesn't smoke weed. He's not that cool. And I don't live at home.
Anyway,
He lives with us. We are both late 20s and have full-time jobs. I've been stacking 1964 Kennedy half dollars for 10 years now. For those that don't know, they have a face value of 50 cents, but they're made of 90% silver, so they're actually currently worth about $6 each. I had 200, which means this dumbass only got $100 worth of drugs, yet essentially stole $1,200 from me. I insist that my girlfriend pays me back the $1,200 because that is the current value in silver, like I mentioned, whereas she is arguing that she only owes me $100 because that's what her brother thought he was stealing. And according to her, he only got $100 worth of weed, so that's fair. Okay, so then what about my $1,100 on top of that? What then? She called my silver stack useless, paranoid, stupid. I collect them partially for a store of value, but I enjoy looking at them and it's a hobby. So should she pay the full $1,200, or is she fine paying the?
Please tell me that's a joke. I feel like this is something that would happen in our family. I feel like somebody in our family would do something like this, and our mother would say, "Well, they only thought it was $100. They only spent $100." If Danny stole $100 from you, or was it $200?
It was $100.
If Danny stole $100 from you,
he stole 200 silver half dollars.
Mom would make him pay you $100. She would not make him pay you that full.
Yeah.
Because she would say, he didn't know. It's your fault. It's dumb. Oh my God, this is you. I think this might be you. Did he do that?
I didn't.
This is Nate's post.
Is this Nate? Nate, did you post this?
I didn't collect half dollars like that.
You definitely should. You got to give him the full value, which is shitty that you have to do that. But
don't steal shit.
Or just say, you know what? Sorry, I can't do that for you, but you can beat the shit out of my brother if you want.
I mean, honestly, if this happened, if I was the third party in this, if my brother stole from my significant other,
let's beat up my brother.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Does the male female dynamic make it different in that case then? Because if it was Claire's sister stealing from me versus Danny stealing from Claire, I think those are kind of. I don't think those are different situations on paper, but I think people view those differently because I guess I have to stand up for my girlfriend, which is in this. If I was the girlfriend here, I would say, "Hey, look, you're an adult. He's an adult. This is between you guys. You know,
I just can't get in this.
Yeah, I just
Like, you're my significant other, but this is my brother, even if he's got a drug problem. Like,
okay, I'm sorry. If you steal from Carl, I don't feel like I can stand up for you.
That's different.
Because you did something bad.
Okay. So this is a better example. So if
it was Carl,
but if I stole from Carl, would you say to Carl, this is between you and him. I'm sure you can, you guys can figure this out. Or would you?
No, I would say don't talk to Nate. I'll deal with it. Don't talk to Nate. I'll deal with it. Don't talk to him. I'll.
Carl's hood, man. He could take you.
Seriously, they have gotten into it before when
mostly because of you.
And his mouth.
I believe both of those things very wholeheartedly.
Because Carl has said many times, not anymore, because Nate's much older.
You're telling me that Nate's mouth got him into trouble.
Nate's much older and he's much more mature, but you have to realize Nate was 6 when Carl and I met.
I think I was a little older than that.
No, we met in 99.
That would have made me 8.
8? Almost. Good
I'm pretty sure I would stand by that number.
Sister of the year.
Because that was when Shaggy's "It Wasn't Me" came out, and that's the funny story that I always tell about Carl, is that they had just started dating, and it wasn't me. Short and creepy, comic creepy, red-handed, TV with the girl next door.
Oh yes, and she was banging on the bathroom door.
Yeah,
because
picture
why would you be banging on the floor?
This, they were both butt naked banging on the bathroom door. Because, like, I guess if you're just laying on the ground banging on the floor, that doesn't make any sense.
So
no one's going to let you into the floor.
In my mind, they were locked in the bathroom naked somehow. I'm not sure how that happened. But saying, please help us. We're locked in this bathroom.
He was arguing.
Let us out.
He said, it is banging on the bathroom door. And I am like, shut up.
But
do not talk to him. Carl, shh.
But that would make Shaggy innocent in this situation.
How about when Carl
I understand how this looks, but
when Carl was driving the car with Taco or Petey. With Petey, who hated Carl, and so we had taken the boys.
Petey. Or do I remember Taco?
Which one? No, Taco was dead when I was 5.
So I remember Petey.
So we went to Juanita Beach or something park to play baseball with the boys, and we took Petey with us, and we're driving in Carl's car, and the boys were in the back seat, and Carl is petting Petey, and Petey's letting him, and Carl's like, oh, and he looks down and runs the car off the road with my brothers in the car.
Nice.
Just the hubcap came off.
Stuff happens.
We had to pull over and stop the car. And
find the hubcap.
Yeah, it like flew away.
It's all good.
It rolled quite a
Everyone's
distance.
alive to this day.
Okay. My friend is one of those girls who always has a boyfriend, and that boyfriend becomes a central part of her identity. Last night we were having dinner, and she said she needed a new hobby because she didn't realize gaming could be so expensive. She dropped $2,500 on a gaming rig because the guy she is dating now is into gaming, when before she didn't even have Candy
What's a
Crush on her
gaming
phone.
rig, like?
A computer.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay.
pretty much.
Not
just
like
I
a-
guess.
No, just a super high performance computer that can run
Okay,
high-end games.
that's lame.
So I told her that she should find her own hobbies and interests instead of getting into whatever her current boyfriend is into. I remind her that she enrolled in Brazilian jiu-jitsu classes when she dated a BJJ black belt, but she never stepped into a gym again after they broke up. She bought tons of baking tools and supplies when she dated a pastry chef, all banished to some faraway corner of her kitchen cabinet as I write this. She even wanted to buy a Cobra when she was seeing a guy who collected them. Thank God the guy told her that she absolutely shouldn't do it. After dinner, one of our friends told me I shouldn't have said that to her, and she clearly looked hurt. But I think that there was nothing wrong with what I said because I just pointed out facts that she needed to hear to realize how dependent her personality is on her boyfriends and how ridiculous she is by acting. She's acting by copying their interests. So, I mean, I think this girl is probably one of those, like, whatever, I don't have a filter, but she makes some solid points.
Well, I mean, we've all met. I mean, you've probably met. I don't know if boys do that, but
No.
girls do it. I mean,
Well, Cody did it. I'll edit that part out. I know a guy who did it.
right? I mean, you're like, oh, I didn't know that you were vegan. I didn't know that you were.
Oh, I did that. I think that this girl isn't the asshole depending on how she phrased it. Like,
But it
you're
seems
just
like she
reading it-
didn't phrase it very like she
she phrased
she
it-
called
I
her
feel
out.
like she didn't
She called her out in
sound
front of people though.
Yeah, if it was like if she phrased it like an asshole, it's like,
If-
well, remember,
you know,
because of this guy and this guy and this guy, then yeah, you're the asshole. But if you said, listen, you just got to think about this shit.
She
before you
doesn't say
do
there
it.
with a bunch of other people. Maybe it's just the two of them.
No, she said that they were.
Last night we were having dinner.
Yeah, and then their other friends said you shouldn't have said that.
Well,
she
maybe
looked
because
hurt.
they said that.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
But still, I mean, if you're all really close friends too, then it shouldn't matter. You all already know what's going on in each other's lives.
I guess the more
anyways.
delicate way to approach that would be like, hey, how about we sign up for a fucking.
Sorry.
If you can find a
thing
delicate
together.
way to bring up her copying every boyfriend, then you're not an asshole.
Well,
You're just saying,
I know a
remember how
person
you
who I
did all
think
this and you regretted
won't
it.
watch this, and so, but I have to tell you, this friend, I didn't realize was so health conscious until she met this guy, and now
All of a sudden.
apparently she's like a vegetarian.
I'm on my
and she's
keto
a
diet.
vegan, and I'm like. Really? Because we went out to nachos last week. I don't know what's happening right
Those
now.
nachos weren't vegan,
No, but now everything's vegan,
of course.
and they say it's because it's what they want.
But I guess I mean, we certainly had a friend who had a girlfriend who didn't have much of an identity outside her boyfriend, and I guess these people who are just kind of searching for someone to tell them what to do. I guess we described her as an old school woman who would do as she was told. That's the one we were like, if you marry her, she's just gonna like do whatever you tell her to do. Like that's
Maybe she just really her identity is being a wife and a mom, and
and is that not
she
legit?
just needed to get there.
Is that less legitimate than anything else?
I mean, it's hard. Being a wife and a mom is fucking hard.
Yeah, you're bending over at the waist, putting in DVDs.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong? What? No.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah, I
is wrong
thought
with it.
boot camp in San Antonio was hard in August, but
Parenting?
apparently, God forbid, I've got to go to the park with some fucking
because
kids.
Parenting is not 6 months, Nate. You can't just parent for 6 months. Like you have to parent
Oh.
for.
I was gonna say, isn't it 9 months? I thought you were
years.
saying. I got confused. I thought
You
you
have
were
to parent
talking
for
about
18 years,
the baby carrying process. It's
and
not
it's
just 6
always
months.
something else.
I bet kids are a fucking nightmare. I don't like them at all. Every time I'm somewhere and there's a kid, it's not as fun as it would be if there wasn't a kid there.
Oh my god! But you're gonna get married and have like 4
I
kids.
just
You're
had
gonna have 4 kids.
the
I can
worst
see, like,
traveling
little
day of
redhead
my
little
life.
cute
I
kids.
went onto my airplane and I was first off it was row 38D and I was like 38. I was like, that
Like,
seems...
is there that many?
Yeah, and I
rows?
started getting towards the back. I was like, are there this many rows? Am I going to be sitting in the back by the toilets like with the flight attendants or something? It was the very last row. And I saw a very young girl by the window. And I was like, cool. I'll be able to... You know, I have to be in the middle, so that sucks. And then like, you know, normal, probably 40-year-old lady or whatever on the aisle. I was like, cool. I'll be able to just sleep.
They're not
And
going to
then-
talk to me.
But then I got close enough, and that lady on the aisle was holding like a 2-year-old, and he
You had to
was
sit next to a
fucking
2-year-old?
screaming and grabbing like the little safety pamphlet in front, just like waving it and just throwing it. And I was getting kicks on the leg and all the whole like. It was a 4.5 hour flight or so that got delayed by about an hour. So that was.
But didn't you feel bad for her? Because imagine how miserable.
Yeah, that's
she
why I
was.
didn't say
She
anything
had
to
have
her or
been like,
anything.
Are
I
you
was
kidding me? Like, was there any other adult there with her to help
She
her?
apologized to me about 5,000 times on that flight. So I was like, it's okay. I
And if-
really don't care. And that was the flight I had headphones. I could watch something. And then the second flight, I had no headphones. I was supposed to download an app. Or, I mean, I had headphones, but not the screen in front of me. On the seat in front of me is a smaller plane because I
Yeah.
flew in and out of Painfield and Everett,
Ooh,
which is really
how
cool.
was it? Was it cool?
Oh,
Because
so
it's new, isn't
you
it?
could get through security. I got to the airport and through security waiting for my plane in like 5 minutes.
Because it's new, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever
Well,
remember
it's not
that airport in
new,
Florida? You don't
but
remember
they
that airport
just
in Florida?
started flying commercially out of it or whatever.
We had a small airport when we used to live in Florida, and we would go, and it was, you know, like the baggage check. It was like as long as like a grocery, like,
Yeah.
like as long as a grocery scanner
Yeah.
thing. It was not. Nobody really cared, and they're like, "Oh, hi, whatever, go. You're 16. I don't care." It wasn't a big deal. No, I mean, parenting is. You think it's hard when they're little. My girls are 12 and 14.
Is it harder?
It's
As I just heard screaming from upstairs.
it's amazing. They're both going to be in junior high together this year. So
Are
that
they
will
just
be
one? Are they one grade
No,
separated?
they're 2. They're in 7th and 9th.
That's how it was. Me and my brothers were 3. So the only time we ever went to school all together was in elementary school.
So this is the last time that the girls will be together.
So they have middle school
Yeah,
or whatever?
Won't they
we go
be
to
in
junior
high
high.
school?
No,
Won't
they'll
they
be
be
in
in high
10th
school
and
together?
12th together too, right?
Is it 9 through 12 or 10 through 12?
10 through 12. So they're in
So
7 through 9.
They would be together 10 through 12. Then.
And it is...
Hopefully the older one is nicer to the younger one in high school when she's going to be a senior.
One would think, right?
One
That an
would think,
18-year-old
but I don't
shouldn't
know.
be a bitch to a 16-year-old.
Hearing a lot of screaming up there, so I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
who knows? It could be.
It could be Carl.
Could be Carter.
Yeah, that could be Carl.
Okay, so what's the ruling on this girl who?
Oh, she didn't. I think she was just trying to help her friend.
Yeah, I
You
don't
need to
think-
help her before she
I
gets
think
too old.
she's middle of the road.
But
That's the first time
can that
I-
person ever be saved, or are they just going to end up joining a cult?
Sounds like that's just how they are. They're just a follower. Whoever they're
They're
with,
just a follower.
They're gonna be.
They probably don't
like-
even like what their friends do.
But I'm just that's the first one I've been middle on the road on. Every other one I've been hard. This is either an asshole or not an asshole. But I think that maybe that girl was kind of middle of the road. Depends on how she framed it to her friend when she was saying it.
Okay. So, before we even start this, when Carl and I were dating, he worked with special needs kids at Tyee. And he invited me. They were going to, like, the Capitol, and then they were going to go camping at, like, Mount St. Helens. So, we were dating, so we went. And one of the guys there was infatuated with me. But, he's maybe like 17, 18, because he's older because he's in the special needs program in the high school. And Carl had to say to him, listen, you need to leave her alone because she's my girlfriend. Like, he had to very clearly tell him, no, you can't do that. Like, because he thought, well, I like her.
Yeah.
And so if I like her, I want to be near her.
Yeah.
So I'm like, really? This just seems shitty. So you just need to talk to him.
We didn't read the story
I know, but I read it first.
Okay.
We didn't read the story yet.
I have an older cousin whose son is in his early 20s. He's autistic and holds a part-time job, but is significantly delayed in many developmental areas. I don't know the specifics, and will never be independent according to his parents. Recently, my cousin and his wife have been thinking about relocating to our state because of a recent job opportunity. We've hosted them in the past when they visited. This is the first time they stayed with us before my son was born. My nephew seemed to develop a strong attachment to my wife and always wanted to be near her. He drew a picture of a heart and picked some flowers from our yard and gave them to her before they left, saying that he loved her. My wife thought this was sweet and gently handled this crush, telling him she would always love him as his aunt, but was sure he would find another girl to fill his heart soon. He told her no, she was his girlfriend. This weekend, they were staying with us again, and my nephew again wanted to be near my wife every chance he got. His mom and dad noticed and told him that because my wife now had to care for our son, she couldn't pay attention to him as much as before. He got upset, telling us that she was his girlfriend, and had a meltdown, which caused my son to start crying. When my wife got up to take our son to another room to calm him down, my nephew got up to follow, and his dad had to forcibly restrain him from following them. I stood up to block the hallway into the separate room just in case he got away from his dad. Once they calmed down, they apologized for his behavior. He calmed down, apologized for his behavior, said they would keep better tabs on him. Here's the part where I may be the asshole. I told my cousins I didn't feel comfortable with my nephew being so possessive of my wife, and I know for sure she didn't, especially since he seemed to be so jealous of our son. I told them I couldn't allow their son in our home until he learned to control himself and understand that my wife was not his girlfriend. I apologized, but asked them to get a hotel room for the rest of their stay and not to visit us again unless my nephew was left behind with people they could trust and knew would care for him, while they searched for jobs in our state. They didn't say anything but looked saddened and went to the guest room with their son and packed up their bags. They told my extended family because my grandmother called me this afternoon, tells me I should have been more understanding and I was wrong to ask them to leave. What do you
Asshole. He's
the asshole?
You knew that he had a delay. You knew that he was autistic. And you can't just say someone's autistic and then if you're going to acknowledge that they're autistic, you have to acknowledge that there's going to be deficits and problems and deal with them as if he was 10.
It really depends on...
he wasn't like trying to grab her. He wasn't like being inappropriate to the wife. He wasn't touching her. He just liked her. Well, she's my wife. Sorry. No.
It really depends on how big the kid is, because I remember at Kamayakan, Judy worked in the special ed room there, and there was this really, really fucking big kid named Jonathan who was like 90% gone, just kind of like paced around muttering and just like moving about spastically, and he would always like bite his own hand. I remember he had scars all up and down his arm from just biting his own hand all day long. One day he like freaked out and attacked Judy. And that's I think when she stopped working in special ed, because this kid was a fucking monster. He was like an offensive lineman. And just, when those eyes go red and just start swinging.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like this kid is that.
I think he would have said that.
Yeah, I feel like this kid.
Yeah, no, he would have said if the kid was like touchy or anything. So
he would have said if the kid was touchy, and he would have said if the kid was like really
aggressive.
Really large.
Yeah, so maybe you have to understand.
I'd say this guy is an asshole, but I understand his concern.
But concerned, really?
But I think he acted too early.
Special ed guy likes me. Really, is it really? Is there anything really going to happen? Come on.
I understand someone's concern, maybe, that it could turn into something deeper of an infatuation, but it seems like from the story that it was harmless, so I don't think...
Yeah, he just is like,
I think he is an asshole.
And, All right, let's talk about you two. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Let's talk about some other...
It's 9:05. You said you had to leave at...
Why now? Because I want to talk about you.
You said you had to leave at 9.
Okay, tell me what's going on.
No, you said 9.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I don't have a job.
Are you going to move to Atlanta? Live off of meat with Stu?
Maybe.
Are you gonna move to Atlanta? You should. Why not?
That's what everyone keeps saying.
I mean,
don't
really?
know.
Except that you'd be leaving Nate. But I mean, you know.
I'd be leaving this glorious podcast.
I know it. That's kind of a bummer.
Then it's left for him and Danny.
Oh,
It might as well just die then. We haven't been able to get this guy to show up for.
Yeah, Danny
the
hasn't
past
showed up for a
5.
podcast in like a couple of months.
Maybe because he doesn't think anybody wants to hear from him.
Well, no one does.
we
But
just-
still,
He
if we
just
put
sits
him
over
on,
here on his own.
The episode we
Like
did,
this?
the first episode we did with him is our highest rated it's our highest viewed episode. So clearly people do want to hear from him.
he's got like 1,000 cousins,
Yeah.
so it makes kind of a lot of sense. If half his cousins watch it, then. It's
But I
our
mean,
most
how come
watched
people are
episode.
not on here? Do you have a way for them to contact you? Because maybe there's some girls out there
Yeah.
that are thinking Sam's a hottie,
Oh,
and they're like, "How do I?"
I
get
thought you
hold
meant
of
for
you?
guests on our podcast.
Well, I mean,
No, I
if you're a
have,
hottie and you want to be on the podcast, Sam's a nice
Contact
guy.
me. Apparently,
I'm pretty sure you and your daughters may be the only girls who watch the podcast
I
regularly.
think probably that's right.
I wish that you had a thing that I could
Sam's
talk to you while you're.
My
doing
mom
it.
watched one
no.
episode.
We
and
would have to
was-
stream
and
live for that.
decided like, oh, I'll watch the episode with Stu. I've known Stu since he was 5 years old, and Stu started talking about like. Stu started talking about foot fucking. Like,
He did.
5 minutes into the episode,
He did.
and my mom was like, "I don't want to watch it anymore."
He did start talking about that because he was saying, you don't just
Of course,
start,
there's a.
you don't
right when I
just start
turn
like
over
that. You obviously at some point something happened and you're like, hey, I watched that one. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Thanks a lot, Stu.
really, Stu?
Stu ruined the podcast for my mom.
Now your mom's like, I'm
I'm
not
usually a
watching.
nice boy. over here. No, I don't.
I did like the one that you were talking about, Carolyn and the are you allowed to say Carolyn? And the guy
Sure.
that was
Shit.
was it your boss that was like stealing shit out of people's cars? Or your boss's
it's
brother?
me and my boss's
And you were
daughter.
so funny because Nate's like,
was like my main
I just
boss's
want you to
daughter.
know it was not Sam's brother.
No, yeah. No, Stu was
He
talking
was like,
about how
"Whoa."
the boss's daughter stole the safe. And then they found out it was the boss's daughter, so they were like, well, we don't need to pursue
You win some, you lose
We
some.
don't need to pursue this one.
I'm trying to find out what's going on with these young boys. I think that Nate now lives in Kirkland, like all the cool people.
Yeah, he lives
kind
like
of
2
jealous.
feet down the street. We could walk there.
I don't want to walk there, but that's kind of cool. And you're living with Claire,
Yeah.
and she's bringing in the moolah,
Yeah.
being a nurse,
Pretty nice.
and you do
It's a
this.
sugar mama.
I work.
You do not work.
Yes, I do.
What do you do? What
Okay.
what else are you doing?
Wow.
What else are you doing for
So
work?
possessive.
Is that it?
That's all.
I
at
thought
the
you had a
moment.
real job.
He
What do you
makes
mean?
lot
That's a
of
real
money
job.
Doing that, he was saying.
It's a real job.
You're not making a lot of money
It's good money.
compared to zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, compared to zero, it's great.
Well,
Yeah, that's how much I'm making. Zero. I'll make.
What's going on in your life?
little
What's
bit of
going on
money.
with you?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm
Okay,
trying
I
to
was
turn.
gonna
I'm trying to
say,
turn the table. I'm
goddamn.
trying to turn the tables here.
what's going on with me? School starts. I'm a teacher.
What
Won't tell you
grade
where.
do you teach?
Fourth. Teaching fourth this year.
That's pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
How are they chilling like for math level now?
So you need a fifth grade education.
Oh, what do you have to teach for math these days? And fourth grade.
Fractions and just saying the
I feel like
fractions and the
Fourth grade-
I dealt with that
and
until like, sixth
multiplication,
grade.
like
Fourth grade.
double digit.
Fourth grade was long division, and that was a
long
fucking pain in the ass.
division.
Yeah.
Why are you teaching kids long division now?
Because you have to. Because there are
You
times
don't.
that
You
it's-
don't.
What if your phone
You
dies?
don't
What
ever
if your
have
phone
to
dies?
do long division.
I do. What if your phone
My
dies?
phone
I say,
dies, I'm not
Sam,
gonna have to do
can you
long
divide
division.
114 by 72?
No.
11.96821.
See, that's wrong.
It's a less than.
It's gonna be.
two.
It's gonna be less than 2. Let's
Okay.
see.
1.8.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
I
well,
thought
you
that's
can teach him math, and I can
1.8 or
teach him
so.
grammar because your grammar fucking sucks. Anyone who's on your
False.
anyone who's on your
False.
social media,
False.
your grammar is
False.
atrocious.
It's not.
I just called you out on it last night.
No, you
Do you
did
have
not.
to write in front of the kids?
Yes, I did. I sent you a
Do
message.
you actually have to write in front of the kids, or do you type now? Do you
I
have
write.
an overhead?
I do have both. I did not say anything.
You don't have
poorly.
an old school overhead, do you? Right
No,
with
no,
the
no.
vis-a-vis?
No, with the vis-a-vis. No, I did not. I wrote on a piece of paper.
Yeah, there you go.
I did not. You weren't talking to me.
Yeah, no, you said you were talking about the podcast, and you said the Carter doesn't. The podcast does not pique Carter's interest. P-E-A-K.
That's because Carter's not subscribed, apparently.
But the expression is to
Thanks a lot, Carter.
pique one's interest.
It's
P-I-Q-U-E.
Oh, God.
Oh.
And
And when-
yet he has a
he's
girlfriend.
been saving this,
and
right?
you don't.
And
He's
when
been saving this.
and
And
when
yet you have a girlfriend. And poor Sam.
and when you're excited about something, are you chomping at the bit?
Are you champing at the bit?
What's the expression?
Chomping.
No, it's champing.
That doesn't make any sense.
Horses champ.
Hey.
What do you mean horses champ?
It's
I don't
champing
I
at
don't
the
really
bit.
know,
How do
but I
horses
know.
not chomp? I don't believe it.
Carl, do you have?
He doesn't know.
It's champing.
It's chomping.
It's
No
champing.
one ever says champion at the bit.
Nobody
The
says that.
Not its
That's
correct
'cause
or not,
everyone's
nobody
stupid.
That's
says
because
But if you
everyone
say
is
champing,
stupid.
everybody thinks you're wrong. They don't think I'm wrong if I say chomping. They think you're wrong for
But
saying
I
champing.
know that I'm right, and that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
And again, he has a girlfriend. And you sit here quietly and smile and be kind. No girlfriend.
It is champing, though.
Shut up.
He's just louder than me. That's what it is.
I don't believe that. Who would ever say that? If somebody said, "Oh, I'm champing at the bit," I'd be like, "What?
Yeah, you'd look at him strange.
That's weird. Don't talk like that."
Go ahead and type it in, Nate. Oh, my God.
Oh Lord.
Fucking 25 minutes later after Nate types this in. Champing at the bit. First thing. And then I'll say, Nate is wrong. That's not what it is.
Versus.
How to use champing versus chomping at the bit correctly.
One definition is a metal mouth.
The idiom is usually written chomping at the bit, and some people consider this spelling wrong. But chomp can also mean to bite or chew noisily, though chomped things are often eaten while champed things are not. So chomp at the bit means roughly the same as champ at the bit.
No, fucking roughly, but not the same. Oh.
Still, if you're writing for school or for readers who are versed in English, maybe Nate is versed in English.
I'm well versed in English, yes.
Yeah, I speak English.
Barely.
Whatever.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go teach
Really, he called
English
my
in
daughter a
Vietnam.
lesbian today, so. I mean,
I did not call her a lesbian.
What did you say?
I said.
read him. Where is your phone? Read him what you said.
I remember what
you
I said.
son of a bitch.
I said she plays the cross, she plays the French horn. When she gets older, she's going to buy a Jeep Wrangler. It's 2019. We've all met lesbians before. That's not what I asked you, because I had asked you a question and you sent me pictures of your daughter's lacrosse tournament.
And so he said, because he asked me a question that said, "Hey, are you coming to do the podcast?" And I sent him pictures of Cassidy at tryouts, a nice uncle would be like, "Oh, good luck, Cassidy." Instead, he called her a lesbian. And so I replied, "Fuck it."
What about when I said that Carter's haircut was disrespectful?
And
to
I
lesbians?
got his haircut. When he got on Facebook commented that his haircut was a disgrace to lesbians everywhere. And so Carl and I went and got his haircut because I was like, I can't look at him the same. He said he looked like Ellen. He said he looked like Ellen DeGeneres. So I had to get his haircut. So now he has short hair.
It's so funny, though. It's not, but it is. You shouldn't be saying those things about your nephew, but
Right?
it's so funny.
Oh my God, they're terrible people. Is this what they did to you? Were they like all serious?
I didn't say it.
No, we were talking about sports.
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
Serious.
Not that both of our two of our three children are lesbians.
And the third one's probably one of the ladies.
And only one of them's a girl.
Carter is a lesbian.
Oh my God. So Carter got in trouble for saying the word lesbian at school this year. And he said
What did he say? What's
He-
the context? I have
he
to
just
know.
called somebody a lesbian.
Somebody said lesbian, and he said,
What's a lesbian? And so the duty heard him say lesbian. So he said, I just didn't know what it was. So his teacher emailed me and said, just so you know, when he comes home, he might be wondering. So his father tells him, Carl says You know what, Carter? I'm a lesbian. Because lesbians like girls. Then we went out to dinner for Cassidy's birthday, and we told my mom, Carter, tell Lala what a lesbian is. And he says, lesbians like girls. And I said, tell them more. I'm a lesbian. So then I had to say, please tell our son that he is not a lesbian. You cannot tell people you're a lesbian.
Why not? They're laughing.
That's because they're wondering why you let your son tell people that he was a lesbian. And Carl's like, I'm a lesbian. It's cool.
Oh, God.
No.
Carl, you can have this mic because I can't see anything.
I'm a
That's
lesbian.
right.
I'm a lesbian. Yeah, so these are the things that happen.
Rainbows.
These are the things that happen in our houses.
Oh, God.
Our house is crazy.
Wonder why our children are
Our kids. No, but they're going to watch this now. Can you make this? No, they. My kids are subscribed to this?
Yeah.
2 out of 3, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, because the other one doesn't.
2 out of 3, half the lesbian.
By the way, please
Half the
subscribe.
lesbians. Half of my lesbian children.
Only one of them's a true lesbian.
Shut up.
Carter.
You're a terrible person.
Carl, come back around here.
Don't trip over the cord to be embarrassing.
Sitting on your
Sit on Papa's
What?
lap.
What was the last book you read?
Probably Harry Potter. Part 2. No.
Red. Like,
Did you listen to that one?
I listened to that on CD.
the last
It's-
book you read?
Nothing. I mean, I can't remember.
I read a book called Daddy.
You did?
I did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
read that book. I read just a novel.
Was that your shirt that we found?
Let me tell you, I think we should bring back 50 Shades of Grey. It was the best 6
Okay.
months of my marriage. When all 3 of those books came out.
They were selling kits.
We bought them. I'm just kidding.
I've seen
did.
those really funny pictures online. It's like, oh, I sent this picture of my college dorm to my mom, and like the handcuffs are still on the headboard. It's a neat clothesline you've got.
Is that the foam that you talked about? Really, just that little bit?
Oh, check out these giant stacks over here, though.
Well, how come they're not? Why is it just?
Apparently, it's supposed to be alternating
They
anyways.
can't see that, so don't talk about it.
I got a guy,
Is that the stuff?
He's got a
that-
foam guy.
That
foam maven.
That
Maven for
Papa
foam.
lit on fire.
Yeah, he tried to.
You got to talk into the microphone.
Hello,
Papa lit it on fire.
Papa lit on fire.
Yes.
It
It didn't burn. It didn't burn it like I thought it would.
Oh, it didn't?
I was kind of upset.
Well, I'm happy with your podcast. I hope it makes you guys millions. Who do you think?
That was just the hardest I've ever
Not
laughed on
gonna
this
sound it.
podcast.
Yeah, no, that was the hardest I've laughed in a very long time.
Well, then you should have us on more often.
At least you.
That's
Anyway.
the story of my life. Story of my life. My children are all lesbians.
We have
Yes.
often been told our life should be a reality TV show.
Yes, because that's just because our friends are like, wow, you guys are fucked up. You guys should have, because you know that people say, you guys should have like a reality show. I don't know that that's really positive.
Yeah, I don't think that's a compliment.
I think they're like, people need to know
Yeah.
what happens here.
People would find your life entertaining.
People need to watch this. What's on your head?
Hair?
No. Did you get hit?
What are you talking about?
Did you get hit?
Dude, is it the tumor?
Did you get hit?
Okay, no, we were literally
No,
just
you watched that episode. You watched that
But I
episode, and
see
this
it.
is all planned.
Now you see it?
But I see it.
This is planned?
No, it's not planned. I see it.
Because the very end,
I see
your
it.
mom was talking about,
About
what
the
is this
tumor.
you have, a tumor? And I said, it's not a tumor.
And now I see it. And what is it?
And then, yeah.
You don't just have a fatty
what?
mass in your
My
head.
girlfriend
Now
is
I
an
see
RN, and if it was something to
Is
be
she
concerned
a-
about,
Have you asked her?
She a tumor
Have you asked
RN?
She does all kinds of medicine
Man,
things.
it looks like it might be a little bit pink too, right?
Both of you.
It is.
It's getting bigger.
It's red.
Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely
I think
discolored.
it's pulsating.
I see
my
a
God.
face.
Oh my God! Right now for sure, I can definitely see it. It looks pink.
Stop it! You're doing that.
Oh,
You can get paid
Remember what's his
over
name of the
$100.
plumber?
You can get paid over $100 an hour to be a. You mean Mario? You can get paid over $100 an hour to be a plumber.
Oh, look, it's our children.
Danny's mad. You guys have to be done.
Danny's mad, so we have to be done.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he said, if they're not done by 10 o'clock, I'm going to go down there and shut everything down.
What is he, like an old woman?
Yes. He's like, I'm going to go down there and shut everything down if they're not done by 10. And I said, oh, Danny.
hey, we got a half hour. We got plenty of time.
I know.
We've been recording for a long time
I
though.
kind of want
We
to
do
see
have to
what he
get home,
does.
though.
I kind of, it'd be so funny.
If we stop before 10, he'll think that it's because he did something, and I don't want to give him that satisfaction.
Yeah, that'd be so funny if he came down here and shut everything off.
He would not.
He wouldn't. There's more of us than
Carl would beat his
Yeah, he went over and he was like, if they're not done by 10, I'm going to go down and
Why is he
everything
standing? Why is he standing like that?
Why is he standing like he has to pee and his nails are drying? My nails are drying. I have to pee, but I can't pee yet because the nails are still drying.
He was on like the ledge. Yeah, he was on the ledge. He was like, Mom, Nate needs to be done. I know he doesn't have a real job, but I do.
King of the castle. King of the castle.
He doesn't sleep down here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, is he?
What does he need to do?
Whatever.
So now he hears us all down here laughing at
No, he walked in because I didn't feel like we didn't hear. Are they downstairs smoking? Oh my God, they're downstairs smoking.
Whenever Danny would say stuff like that and Stu was over,
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for stopping by.
Because I want to see what he does.
Stu would always, when he was imitating Danny, he was saying like, "These guys need to get the fuck out of here. I pay the bills around here."
Well, didn't you and your friends duct tape him to a chair one time?
Not me.
Because he was going for the knife drawer. Because when Danny got upset, he would go for the knife drawer, and if you let him go, he would go for the knife
And
drawer.
they duct taped him to a chair.
That won't make
Because
him
he
go for
was
the
trying
knife
to
drawer.
stab us.
But then didn't you like leave or somehow he called Mom because she found out that you had duct taped him to a chair.
Well, someone's gonna find out eventually. He's gonna be duct taped to a chair.
Because when Danny got mad, he would go for the knife drawer.
So we should stop recording before we get stabbed.
He's not going to watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but he'll come down here at 10.
Yeah. 28
Hands
minutes.
down with a knife, we're in trouble.
I'll
Yeah.
hide under the table. Because
It's a good table.
where'd you get this table?
At the second use store in Tacoma.
It doesn't look
It
like
looks
this
Asian.
on the
Yeah, it's like bamboo or
on
something.
the TV. It doesn't look like this.
What does it look like on the TV?
Just a plain table.
That's
Really?
disappointing.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
disappointing.
It's a nice
It-
table.
It doesn't look like this. You don't see that bamboo,
Bamboo.
stuff on it.
You don't
It
see
just
the
looks like a
texture
table.
or nothing.
No. Maybe you have to like tilt it up a little bit, but then your
Yeah,
drinks
I
will
guess
fall
so.
off. Your drinks will fall off.
You don't tilt the table, you tilt the
Tilt
camera.
the camera.
Tilt the table.
Let's tilt the whole set this way.
Well, I didn't think about that. Maybe if your camera was higher. That's what you should do.
All right.
We should cut it off, though.
Well, it's
We
been
gotta get
fun.
the
Yeah.
show
Oh.
home.
Over under 2 years for Danny's marriage. 2.5 years. Over under 2.5 years.
Oh,
Under.
over.
Over. Nice. You have faith. That's
Because he
good.
might watch it. I'm rooting for you, Danny.
Me too, but I'm still saying under. I'm still rooting for ye. It's gonna be a thumbs down.
I'm taking the under.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be a steep learning curve for them both, and I don't.
I can't
know if
imagine
they'll
buying a
make it
house with
through.
someone you've never lived with. I can't imagine agreeing to marry someone you've never lived with.
Carl and I didn't live together before we got married.
That's horseshit, and you know it.
I remember when we came back from our honeymoon, and I called my mom and said, "I want to come home," and she was like, "Well, that's
bad.
where you live now."
Yeah, too bad.
Sorry.
Carrie has buyer's remorse about everything. our second dog, I think she cried. I don't think I can love our dog like I love our Charlie. when we had our second kid.
She wanted to put him in the bulrushes like Moses.
I'm like, it's fine.
It worked out for
We just put her up
Moses.
for adoption.
I didn't say that, but did you not get all my texts yesterday? I really want you to get the text during the podcast because I really thought it was amazing. Would you pay for one, me to have an abortion? Or if two, you wouldn't pay for an abortion, would you pay child support for our kid?
Oh, yeah,
I would go with neither, just knowing him a little bit.
I was like, what?
Yeah, it's pretty
That
wild.
was a crazy... Because that was legitimately, like, if I said to you, would you pay for me to have an abortion? And if not...
I would.
Will you...
No, but
to raise
that wasn't
my kid?
That wasn't the question. That wasn't the question there. The question was that the one sister got pregnant and the other one said, "I'll pay for you to get an abortion." And then the sister who got pregnant came back and said, "I don't want to get an abortion."
And
but
the
will
husband
you?
said, "Why will you pay to kill our baby, but you won't pay
To raise
to
it.
raise our
Because
baby?"
it's not my baby.
I would lend you money for an abortion. I mean, you are in your 40s.
I'll take the cost away, but I'm not going to pay for your
So
kid.
I mean, if the kid comes out anyway, he's gonna be like Danny.
When she-
Oh, nice. Hopefully he doesn't
But I did
watch
hear, I
it.
talked to
Hopefully
a
he can't
friend last
fucking
night at the
hear us.
bar. $200,000 per kid is what it costs us on average.
Per just for the whole kid's
raise.
life.
I feel like that's what it's cost us past year.
How much is that?
I mean,
how much is that
it's-
stretched out over? I guess the.
Well, if you knew long division,
You could figure that out.
18 divided by 200.
But it's not 18. It's at least 22 if they're going to college.
Well, fuck it, I can't pay for it. Well, you know what? I learned something from Sue.
And it's 25 if it's Danny and they're still living here.
Sue Kalin gave us the best advice that we've ever had. She said she paid for her boys to go to college because that was it. So she said, I will pay for you to go to college, but you are not moving back in with us. Like, I will, this is what you need. Because if your kid has to pay to go to college, right? Now they graduate college with this horrendous debt, and they live with you to try and get on their feet.
What?
We all have to go to work, you know.
Oh, our mom is here.
Super loud.
Hey,
Our mom is here.
We thought the cutoff was 10 before Danny came down and
Yeah, Danny
beat
said
us
he was
up
going
or
to beat us
whatever.
up at
How
10.
much longer are you gonna
We're
talk?
done.
How much longer
We're done.
Are you gonna talk?
We're
Come
done.
on. Are you really asking that question?
You're just jealous because we didn't ask you to do it this week.
Podcast.
Well, we're going to edit it to like 10 minutes. It'll be good.
You're not going to edit shit.
Ooh.
You don't know how to
That's a good
edit.
point.
It'll all be yours and they'll edit me out.
All right.
Well,
30
we're in
seconds.
trouble, so we
Bye.
have
We're
Okay.
in trouble from
Bye.
every gentleman in the house.
That's what happens.